2015, and we are here in London with prominent Chinese researcher, teacher, Professor Tony Ma, and we just now, he kindly agreed to answer for some questions, especially for scientific project, and we welcome you in this. And Tony, could you please introduce yourself for our auditory, please, your experience on oncology and your position?
Certainly. I'm Professor Tony Ma. I'm actually the department chair of the Department of Clinical Oncology at the Chinese University of Hong Kong, and I'm also the past president of the ISLC, International Associated Study of Lung Cancer.
Thank you so much. So, Tony, could you please describe the way in clinical research? Are you a hospital and you widely involved into the clinical trials?
Right. So basically, lung cancer research or lung cancer clinical trial have been developing in the past decade in Asia. So obviously, starting with the IPAS study, that we actually united a number of hospitals around China and Asia to actually collaborate and do clinical trial. So from there on, we actually move on to do multiple clinical trials, both phase 2, phase 3, and now we are actually working on both, actually the pharmaceutical sponsored trial and also investigator-initiated trial. So at any one point, just for lung cancer research, I may have about 7 to 10 projects ongoing at any one time.
But how many total trials, the number of trials which your hospital is involved?
Well, not the hospital, let's just talk about oncology. Oncology, usually we have about 30 to 40 active trials ongoing. Combine all sites, meaning the breast, the colon, and then also to get about 30 to 40 trials.
And how do you think, how many patients are involved into this activity?
Well, it varies. Because there are trials that is more labor intensive and the trial is less labor intensive. Yes. So I think the number can be variable, but it's not important. It's actually the quality that's most important. So basically, if every trial that you have been able to say the quality is subjectable to FDA review or for any kind of auditing.
So, do you have experience of using, like, let's say, clinical trial site management systems, so the systems which may improve the quality of the work and data? And what is your attitude to such an activity?
Well, it's different. The management system, you're talking about the electronic medical record.
Exactly.
No, the electronic medical record is actually intrinsic in our hospital. It's not just for clinical trial.
Yeah.
So in our hospital, we already got the electronic medical system for over 2 decades now. And so it's just part of the routine.
Yeah.
But it is helpful to do clinical trial, but I don't think the development of the electronic health record is actually for clinical trial as well.
Thank you so much. So the question is, are the people in China, in Asia, are willing to participate in the clinical trials? Because sometimes they may face with some maybe controversies. What do you think about the willingness of the people to participate?
No, actually, a lot of patients do welcome clinical trial for 2 reasons. Number one is that they actually have access to new drugs.
Yeah.
So under many circumstances, like AZ9291 or some chemotherapy, is not available either because of the commercialization is not ready or the cost. So with a clinical trial, they will be having the potential exposure to the drug that they will never get exposed to. That's number one. And number two is the fact that once they in clinical trial, they actually get close attention from the principal investigator. In a way, is that they monitor the patient more closely, that demand the blood test, that demand the radiological test. So they quote unquote get a bit of a more intensive service from the doctor.
Of course. So, and the question is, it is related for scientific research. You were the case speaker today, so you inform us about the prospects in immuno-oncology in general. Some patients ask us, what is immuno-oncology? Does it bring any additional profits for the patient in future? Could you predict this?
Well, for immunotherapy, being beneficial to the patient is already established fact. In a way, is the FDA had already approved the levodopa and also approved that pembrolizumab. So both drugs are actually already approved by major agency as useful. Response rate about 20%, and right now we're working on the front line and the biomarker. So still a lot of work to be done, but its efficacy of about 20% is quite well established.
And maybe the final question, thank you so much. The final question is, last week in Vienna at ESMO Congress, so I founded the exhibition such a great photographs, and it was exhausted patient, it was reflected exhausted patient with the face of cancer patient, and the sentence, he is still waiting for his new drug. So what do you wish to hope for the cancer patient which is now fighting with cancer, and maybe your hopes and your tips for them, please?
Well, I think I can only speak for lung cancer, which I'm focusing on. I think the vision is actually to convert lung cancer into chronic illness. Now, patients with the EGFR mutation, they got first-line EGFR TKI, and then if they get progression with the T-cell positive, they may get the third-generation TKI. They may also get chemotherapy, and now they also have benefit from immunotherapy. So with different treatment, we're able to prolong the survival. We may not be curing the disease, but then a lot of the patient can live and survive for a long time with minimal impact on the quality of life. I think this is one of the achievable objectives we want to have with our patient in the near future.
Okay, thank you so much, Tani. It was Tani Mao. It was the professor from China. Thank you so much. The prominent researcher from Hong Kong. We wish you good luck, and thank you for your nice presentation over here, especially for Side TV channel.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.